So I moved away to the seacoast, and it didn't end up being what it was supposed to be. The man who had hired me was crazy, rich and crazy. 6 months later, I was packing again and moving myself back to Vermont, looking for a place in Sunapee. I ended up in Maine for a while, and then back to Sunapee. On the day that I got back, I was unpacking, and I needed to take a trip to Walmart to get a few things. I went into the harbor, thinking I just couldn't resist. It was just so beautiful and so good to be back, no matter what. I sat on a picnic table and heard the rumblings of a motorcycle, and I wondered. And there he was again. He parked his bike and got off and had Chinese food with him. He proceeded to feed the ducks, who were walking all around me, and sat down at the picnic table with me. We started talking, and then came along my website friend, and he sat down and started sorting his mail while we spoke. It was an interesting conversation. My website friend mentioned my leopard print bra, which he really had never seen in person, but it was very funny, even though my face must have turned cherry red. My biker friend, who was not a friend just as yet, just sort of looked at me and looked at my website friend and back again. So my website friend went home, and I knew he'd be watching from across the street because he was watching over me, which I really appreciated. So I ended up talking to the biker for hours in the harbor, and I never got to Walmart that day. And that was the beginning of a few weeks of intense conversation in the harbor and laughing and just having a good time. But remember, there's just so much more to this story. This is just the beginning. More to come.